We're in the land of the rising sun, where the AFL action heats up with two teams who are going after the trophy. We start with the reigning three-time Arena Bowl champs, the Arizona Rattlers. They are led by the Latin Laser, who's been firing on all cylinders. The Predators from Orlando are led by BMO, who has led the Predators to 4 wins in their last 5 games, and they hope to continue their winning ways. We now bring the heat as we anticipate another action-packed, intense, sizzling arena football game tonight in the desert.
A lot of excitement here in 2015. Goes and gets it. Launches to the end zone. He'll take it for 6. Touchdown! They do it again!
And we welcome into the U.S. Airways Center in Phoenix, Arizona. CBS Sports Network presents Arena Football. The Orlando Predators have made the cross-country trek. They take on the reigning 3-time Arena Bowl champions, the Arizona Rattlers. In the National Conference where the Rattlers reside, they have already clinched the division at 9-2 overall, 2-1 in their division. As for the visitors, Orlando, they've tightened things back up. They're back in first place in the South at 7-5, and this should be a terrific football game tonight from hot and steamy Phoenix. My name is Ben Olden. It's a pleasure to be with you, and let's start with Orlando, the road team here. They've won 4 of their last 5. Very hot team, but the only team hotter and the hottest team in the land of where it is hot, Phoenix, is the Rattlers. They've won 5 straight games. This game should be full of fireworks here tonight. One thing the AFL does is gives you great access, better access than any pro league in sports anywhere. We start our access tonight down at field level with 2 men who will have a coach and a player from each team. We begin with a guy who played his entire career here, Ced Bonner.
Thanks, Big Ben. Down here with Tyree Glassberg. Tyree, you're off to a hot start. The team's playing well defensively. What do you attribute that to? Have you ever been on such a roll that you're on right now?
We get off to a great start pretty much every year. I contributed to our coaching staff, our trainers, everyone, my teammates. You know, we've been doing things like that. Good film study and just getting prepared for our opponents.
You know, coming up tonight, talk about opponents. You got a dual threat quarterback, one of the top guys in the league, and Bernard Morris. How do you guys go about game planning for a guy like that?
Oh, he's a killer. He's a killer. We just got to be very disciplined. You know, we can't give him any type of room because he's going to take it. You know, like I said, dual threat. He can kill us with his arm and his feet. We just got to be very disciplined tonight.
Appreciate it. Good luck tonight.
Thanks.
I'm going to throw it over to my man, Randy Gatewood, like I've done thousands of times.
Thanks, Ed. Mr. Morris, how have you and this Orlando team prepared to handle the pass rush from Glassberg and company?
You know, we just got to go out and play our game. You know, we have certain things in the offense built that, you know, Coach Burley put in this week, but I got to get the ball to my playmakers, and they got to make plays.
Coach Keefe spoke about an undeniable will for you to win football games. Where does that inspiration come from?
Just being the captain of the team. I mean, we go as I go. I mean, I've been told that my whole life playing quarterback. And in this league, you know, this is a quarterback game. I mean, it's me against Nick tonight. So only thing that really matters is the guys in white right now.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Back to my counterpart, Ced, who's standing by with Coach Guy.
Thanks, Randy. Coach, your team's playing well, been led by your defense all year long. Talk about where you're standing. 9-2 in the standings right now. You're exactly where you need to be.
We're right where we want to be. We got a lot of football left to play. We're going to take it one game at a time. But, you know, it's about winning in the playoffs. And we're going to make decisions to put us in the position to be able to do that.
And throughout the years and throughout your time here in Arizona, you've always been able to lean on that defense. Talk about them and the leaders such as Jeremy Kellum.
Well, Jeremy's having a great year. You know, he's a great leader on our defense. Tyree Glassberg's also having a great year. Our defense has been playing outstanding all year long. I'm excited to see him play tonight.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thanks. Good luck. Wood.
Coach Keefe, can you give us the formula on how to come into a hostile environment like Arizona and win games?
Well, versus Arizona, you got to take care of the football. The 2 biggest correlations to winning in arena football is the least amount of turnovers and the least amount of penalties usually has the team winning there. So we got to be smart tonight.
Also, what has Brendan Tompkins meant for this team since he's came over?
Oh, he's meant the world. The guy is in my opinion, he's a playmaker of the year. I mean, he's leading the league in all-purpose candidate. He's unbelievable Z receiver. You're going to see us get him going early, but we got to make sure we protect him and make sure that he gets the ball in his hands as many times as possible.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Coach. Back upstairs to you, Ben.
Thanks, Randy. Thanks, Ced. Great access here in our AFL game of the week. It's Arizona The Latin lasers set to go as they get set to square off with BMO and the Orlando Predators. The opening kickoff comes up next from Phoenix, Arizona.
We got to play mistake-free football, boys. Perfect is not an impossible word. And right now, I can pump you up. I can start screaming and yelling like I always do, but that's not necessary tonight. You're already there. You're already there. I feel it. I feel it. You're already there. But it's going to take every dude in this room. It's going to take every single person in this room. We have not led you astray right now. We haven't led you astray to this point. You guys are focused. You are aware of the situation that's in front of you.
All right, here we go. Hey, let's dial into our techniques and fundamentals tonight, okay? Trust your training. Trust your training tonight, okay? It's going to be a physical game. It's going to be a physical game because we're going to make it a physical game now. Get out there 60 minutes around the football, take care of the ball, dial into those techniques and fundamentals, and let's trust our training. Now let's go. Say a prayer. Here we go.
Again, the access here in the AFL, you will not find better access in pro sports. We appreciate the teams and the coaches for doing that. We go to our rules of the game. Running clock until the last minute of each half. The field is 50 yards, 85 feet wide. No punting, no outside stunting or twisting from the linemen. The ball is live off the end nets, and one wide receiver in forward motion before the snap. Said Bonner, I think you got it up here in about a 4-2, man. You're already back up here with us.
That had nothing to do with me. Security was well prepared for me.
Well, it's not like you're a stranger in this building.
I just moseyed on along.
There is Brandon Tompkins, and it'll be fun to watch this part of the game, Said. The kick return guys, because we've got two dynamic guys.
We have, and it's been a terrific year all around the Arena League with returns. Let's see if BT can get one right now.
Tompkins, and it comes down, but it got caught in the netting there, so he's unable to return that. They blow the play dead. And so Bernard Morris, his season numbers said, you take those if you're his coach, right?
Absolutely, and the fact that he's taking care of the ball and doing the right things and adding things with his legs. I mean, climbing up the charts for career leaders in rushing in this league and really getting better as a passer. He struggles at times with his mechanics, but I tell you what, I would take the kid. He is a flat-out winner.
Big-time dual threat guy. So it's 1st and 10 from the 5. Quick throw to Brackens. He shedded one tackle, and he gets about 4 on the first play from scrimmage. 15-minute quarters, of course. And Said we look at the offense, the starters for the Predators. Brackens, one of their veterans, the Tompkins boys, and who else? And who in particular catches your eyes?
Kendall Tompkins. I mean, this kid is phenomenal. 73 receptions. He's a guy that can make that spectacular downfield catch in traffic. Big plays for the Predators by Kendall Tompkins.
Touchdowns in 9 straight games for Tompkins. Here's Brackens with a catch near side and could not shake the tackle, but Kellum got him at the 10-yard line to save a would-be touchdown. And we look at the defensive starters for the Rattlers.
Yeah, and they're top 5 in just about every category on defense. These guys bend but don't break very often, led by Jeremy Kellum, who's having an MVP type of season. 66 tackles, 10 INTs, 24 PBUs. This guy is all over the field and a tremendous leader by example for the Arizona Rattlers.
Also first with 34 passes defended this season. Here's a quick little play to Tompkins, and there are 2, as Said mentioned. That's Brandon and Kendall. Brandon 14, Kendall 15. There they are, side by side. Very similar builds.
Absolutely.
Look like twins.
Kendall's a little bit taller, but I tell you what, these kids are both playmakers. I call them kids because I'm an old man, but they're both playmakers. Make it tough for the defense.
Well, Brandon's the older of the 2 from West Palm Beach, 27. Kendall, 25. And here is Morris. He'll be wrapped up around the ankles, dropped around the 3. He is a dual threat guy, closing in among being the greatest to run the football.
Absolutely. You see the quarterback follow there. Really good job by Anthony McLeod to stay home, check for any type of bootleg, but then be quick enough to squeeze it down and make that tackle on a pretty elusive runner.
So Orlando this season, what they've done in the red zone, the 5 and in. And here they go on 3rd down. They keep it on the ground, and they're not going to get there A great job by the middle, and the front push from the Rattlers deny the touchdown there. They gave it to Simons.
Just a straight dive. Good initial burst off the ball. Well, that is a really good job of sticking his nose in there by Wells and stuffing the 290-pound back, Simons.
So it is a 4th down upcoming. It is a 4th and goal at the 1. 47.5%, 7th in the league. They're going to go on the ground again. They don't get there. Arizona does the job on 3rd and 4th down. McAdoo, one of their young bucks in there, involved in the play, and a turnover on downs. Orlando, 1 possession. They can't get there. They gave it to Simons twice, denied twice. Arizona ball when we come back. Early on in the opening quarter here in Phoenix, that is Mike McAdoo, a 24-year-old defensive lineman who was big in that stop on the goal line, but said, before we get back to that, the power rankings this week, do you agree?
No, number 3 should be number 2 right now. Prior to this game, Arizona should be ahead of Philly, but everybody else on that list looks about where they should be.
So here goes Nick Davila, the lefty, slinging it. And he goes to Rod Windsor on the first play from scrimmage.
I'll probably hear from my guy Clint Dozell regarding that statement.
And
look at those numbers right there. I mean, this guy's a dominant player. He understands the game to a different level, and that's why he's had the success he's had. And he's also been afforded the same crew of receivers and have the same play caller. That helps you out as well.
It does. Here's a little shovel to a really great story. It looked like a face mask there on A.J. Cruz as he ran it there on 2nd and 6. And we'll get into Cruz as we go along. He has been a tremendous pickup and a tremendous story. And said, what catches your eyes, or who do you want to focus on for the Rattlers?
Well, everybody, but I'm going to go with Rod Windsor. Leads the team in touchdowns, 76 receptions, 891 yards. Mr. Consistency from that offensive team for the Rattlers.
24 straight games with a touchdown catch. Here's Cruz down to 1 knee. Here's a young man, and this will tell you probably all you need to know about his love for the game. This is how I see it. He went to Brown. He's got an Ivy League education. He's not making a whole lot of money to play. He simply loves the game, and he's been one of maybe the best story all year in the league.
Absolutely, when he's cut from another team.
Right.
And now he's starting and playing in a multiple positions as far and running kicks back. I mean, he's been really valuable for Coach Guy and afforded them the luxury of keeping Kerry Reed healthy and rested up.
2nd and 1, incomplete. It goes into the turf. So we'll get a chance to set the Predators defense.
Got good pressure there by Jeremy Geathers as you get a look at their defense. And these guys are really tough. They bend all the way to the red zone and then they shut you down, not giving up a lot. You got Terrence Moore, makes a lot of their defensive calls from that jack spot, 50 tackles, 6 PBUs. He's a guy to keep your eye on.
Spent last season with Spokane, had close to 100 tackles, 89 to be exact. Here we go. It's a 3rd and 1. And here is Benson, Michael Benson, bulldozing his way up the near side boards along the wall, and he gets the first down to move the sticks, and the big boy had them on their heels.
It's a really good job up front by Carter to get the edge sealed, to get Benson the corner. You can get around and get up on the DBs like that. They don't want to see 310 pounds coming around the corner.
So Benson, who is their guy to do just that, put his head down, get some yardage. Here is Davila, fires, and it's caught by Cruz. He got down near the 5, but they shoved him back. And A.J. Cruz continues to impress. I'll use a line from Rudy, 5-0, 100-0. And this young man has been outstanding. Why has he been so good?
You know what? Because he found a coach that found his niche, which is everywhere. I mean, you use him on offense, you use him on defense at the jack spot. You let the kid get on the field and use his natural God-given talents. He's fast, tremendous athlete. It's mind-boggling that he was released, but, you know, that's a whole different story. He is a phenomenal player and has been an asset for the Rattlers.
Red zone numbers for the Rattlers. Here goes the lefty. Davila fires, caught at the goal line. Touchdown, Arizona. They strike first, and the former Michigan Stater, Kerry Reed, gives Arizona the first points in the ball game.
This is a really good concept, a really good route. You're going to see Kerry just come off, and the outside corner hangs with his man too long. We're supposed to be going a little bit of a combo, which is you take the first guy that comes, and I'll take the next guy to you. But you get one guy that chases, and it's all over. You get a walk-in, freebie touchdown like that.
So a little more than halfway through the opening quarter of play, and they tack on the PAT to Scotcha. And it's a 7-0 lead for Arizona. The lefty, Davila, slinging. Reed, easy pitch and catch there. And the Rattlers draw first blood. They lead 7-0. Monday at 6 Eastern, our panel of experts breaks down where you can expect the cream of the crop will be headed near the top of the upcoming NBA draft on Inside College Basketball Draft Special Lottery Preview right here on CBS Sports Network. And in the Valley of the Sun, Kevin Johnson, of course, was a great Phoenix Sun, and one of my personal favorites, Thunder Dan Marley, the former CMU Chippewa, was drafted by Phoenix.
And he's the head coach of Grand Canyon basketball team here at Grand Canyon University. A heck of a shortstop in softball, played many seasons with him here. It was a good time here in AZ.
And Phoenix, for the record, has the 13th overall pick in the upcoming NBA draft. So for the second time, Tompkins unable to return one. I got tangled up in that middle netting. So Orlando comes back. They go to work. Morris was 2 of 2 for 35 on the opening drive, and Brackens had 2 for 35, but they got stopped on 4th and goal at the 1.
You'll see them possibly try and take a shot here if they can get a situation where they're going to get some man-to-man and see if they can connect on a deep ball, but they're going to continue to operate. They just have to do a better job in the red zone of trying to get some points out of it.
From the 5 on first down, Brackens another catch, and he'll pick up about 7 on the near side down below us.
So the guy Bracken's been around for so long and plays with such passion, and he's so physical at that wide receiver spot. And you know, there was a time where they were trying to keep reps off of his legs to try to keep him healthy, but with the Greg Carr injury and Greg's working his way back into the lineup, you know, they've left him on the field and he's responded.
Two teams met last year in a fantastic game. He had 104 yards receiving on 7 grabs and had 3 touchdowns. Kendall Tompkins over the middle, the 25-year-old who played his college ball in Miami of Florida. 73 for 942 a season ago.
Extremely talented.
1st and 10 upcoming. Ball just shy of the midfield line. Orlando 7-5. Arizona 9-2. Morris, plenty of time, flings one to the end zone and overthrows Brandon Tompkins, who was wide open. And he patted the chest, said, "That's on me," and it indeed was.
And this is the maddening part about it. You're gonna beat him on the post route. You see the stutter and the explosion right there. He beats Marquise Floyd, and you just gotta put some air. Let him catch a punt. He's that wide open, and he works his tail off. And talking about Bernard Morris, trying to get better at throwing that ball, but man, that's a tough one against the world champs. When you've been stopped in your red zone already, you got to make those throws.
Yeah, one of the things that Rob Keefe told us this morning in our visit with him, he said, got to keep working on the mechanics of things with BMO. Get about 5 on that pass. It's Kendall Tompkins again.
He's so quick and so athletic. I think that sometimes he allows his body just to get him to really bad positions trying to throw the ball down the field. It doesn't matter as much when you're throwing the little short passes, but when you're going down the field, you've got to be lined up properly.
Yep. So a big 3rd down, 3rd and 5. Randy, what's the feeling down on the field there, my friend? We'll get back to him when we can. We've got him down there. He's walking the sidelines like a coach Here's Morris, flings one, caught by Brackens, first down inside of the 10-yard line. So they convert in 3rd and 5.
Really good cross route. You're going to see come around in motion and really beat his man. He straightened up. Once he passed the first defender, all he had to do was straighten Jeremy Kellum up one step and then cross the field. And a well-thrown ball that time. I mean, that had good touch on it over the top of the jack. It's just a consistency with Bernard Morris. You get him consistent, this guy could be best in this game.
30-year-old from Florida. Went to Marshall, pump fakes, fires into the corner. Tough catch, but Brackens made it. And it's a 7-6 game, and Brackens said, have a little bit of that.
Boogie Brackens. Tell you what, that's a good corner route. The ball was late. I didn't think he was going to throw it, but he still had a chance to stick it in, but he throws it in the right spot out in that corner. And Jeremy not able to get there. You're going up against guys with that kind of size, it's hard not to get bumped off when you're covering, because Larry's a big man.
Mark Lewis, 36-year-old, tacks on the point after. BMO, a pump fake, and then a bullet into the corner for Brackens. And late stages of quarter one. We're tied up here in Phoenix, 7-7. Fun-filled night here in Phoenix, 7-7 our score. Randy Gatewood, who played the better part of a decade, I'm told, with a guy to my right, said Bonner down in the field for us. Randy, your observations to this point.
So far as you can see, Orlando stalled a little bit inside the red zone, which of course is the toughest place to score down here. Not to mention Arizona is so good in all those defensive categories, but look for them to continue to press. As you can see, Brackens caught the corner route and the touchdown, so should be Orlando's going to fight, and try and keep up with the pace that Arizona's going to put on them. Sid, talk to me a little about what you've seen so far in this Orlando and this Arizona game.
Well, right now, Wood, they are filling each other out a bit. There's some great play calls being made. Execution got a little bit ahead of them at the end of the drive where they didn't score. I thought BMO's looked really good. He missed one throw on the deep post route, but other than that, he's looked good. And Nick's been Nick. We're used to seeing it.
Absolutely. I had a chance to speak to Bernard Morris before the game, and he was as confident, he was calm, he was patient, he was looking forward to the challenge that he was presented with against this Arizona team tonight.
You're absolutely right. He knows who he's going up against, Wood. He knows exactly who he's going up against.
Out near the 15-yard line, two Predators there. They tried to get that ball, strip it out of the arms of A.J. Cruz. Davila 5 of 6 when the drive began for 42 and the touchdown.
They've used A.J. Cruz a ton tonight. We thought we'd see him majorly on defense, but he's played really well. 4 catches already in this early part of this game.
First down catch on the first play of this drive. Here's another one. Should have been caught across the midfield line. Just simply Pompey couldn't handle it.
Look, Brunell, that's not the way you stay in the game.
No.
You get in the game and the QB, the Latin laser calls your number. You got to make the play, especially when he puts it on your number. It's not even a tough catch. He's trying to get upfield.
You know how it is here. You see what Kevin just did. You see where he went to. So Kevin has zero tolerance for that type of thing. A.J. Cruz right back in the game. So
Pompey, a product of the same college as Rod Windsor, Western New Mexico, and right on cue, Rod Windsor wide open down to the 10 on 2nd and 10. First down, Arizona.
This is a combo beater route here. You're going to watch him come down inside and run the dig route right through here. After the coverage declares, it's cover 2, and here it is, a dig route. Great ball, nice window to throw it in. Jack not able to get back deep enough to make a play. That's a good throw and catch, and a route that our guy Randy Gatewood caught plenty of times, a 6 route.
Here they go to Reed now. They just fling it down the line. Reed will pick up about 3 on the 2.5, we'll call it. Kerry Reed's turned into a very good pro. Randy, playing the position you played, what have you seen from Kerry Reed in the time he's been here?
Kerry Reed's been awesome. He's the one guy that I keep telling people he could have played back when we played, back when it was Iron Man football, when you had to play offense defense, special teams, a guy that just does it all. So look for him to continue to have some success, especially down here in the red zone.
Here they go now. Second down from the 7 at the horn, and they go to Windsor in the corner. He was doubled, could not make the catch. And we played 1 quarter of play here at US Airways Center in Phoenix, Arizona. Record temps outside. It's been hot inside as well. It's the end of the first quarter with the score 7-7. You're watching Arena Football on CBS Sports Network. Well, in sports, the word dynasty is often thrown around from time to time, but here in Phoenix in the AFL, there's no question it is a dynasty. They've made 9 appearances in the title game, won 5 in 94, 97, 12, 13, and 14. Said, I know how proud you and Randy are to be a part of this when you were players here. To see it continue on now is, I know it's still impressive to you.
It's way more impressive just because of the way they've done it. I mean, they've done it, no questions. I mean, it's been, when the season's been over with, you knew who exactly was the best team in the Arena Football League these last 3 years.
Absolutely.
There wasn't any fluke about it. They completely dominated, manhandled each team in those championship games.
So quarter number 2 begins. Davila to Cruz. Cruz has got a handful of catches already. And you got the ball came out there. That play was not dead. And now it is a rugby scrum of epic proportions in there to try and find the football. And Orlando indicating they've got it.
That's Wood. I know you're right down there, but that's a situation you got to be smarter. You're not going anywhere. You can't give a team on the road any extra life, and that's the quickest way in the book to get our guy back in the game to get some reps.
Exactly. You know what Kevin's thinking, but you're absolutely right. That play was over. It wasn't going anywhere. He couldn't do much more with that. You got to just take your losses, go down, and live to fight another day. Turnovers is the one thing, of course, you can't have in any sport, but especially in arena football. Now, they basically gave that stop that they had early back to Orlando.
Yeah, it's a good point. That's exactly what I was going to say, Randy. It's a great point. So from the 5, 1st and 10. And over the middle and unable to hang on to that. And come up with it was Simons.
This is a well-designed play here. They catch Arizona in a man coverage. And what you're going to look at the fullback. This is a fullback release, and look at the middle of the field where he would have been running for days if Simons doesn't get tripped up. Great call by Sia Burley, but the fullback gets tripped up and then isn't able to make the catch from there. Great call coming out of your end zone.
Simons 6'4" and 305, a 26-year-old. On 2nd and 10 now. And that one into the first row. That was a bullet delivered in there looking for Kendall Tompkins. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 10 now early in quarter 2.
And there's just no separation down there between the routes of the receivers. Tight coverage all over from Arizona. See, he wants to get it out of there. It's good pressure. You see McAdoo getting the hands up. Good job by Jeremy Kellum, who's arguably playing at a Defensive Player of the Year pace right now. And has really come into his own this last couple of years.
And 2 minutes gone in the quarter. It's 3rd and 10 over the middle. And that one was dropped by the sure-handed wideout, the veteran guy, Larry Brackens.
This is the exact same route Arizona ran to beat double coverage. Ball was a little bit behind, but I've seen Brackens make that catch several times. He's going to come in on the slant. Delayed coverage is run out by Brandon Tompkins.
He certainly had Tompkins also running on the corner. A little bit of pressure, I think, made him to drop it down early.
Yeah, but Thompson was not open. It was too deep. They played a Skywood, so the guys fell off after the ball was thrown.
4th and 10 now. Morris gets away, fires, incomplete, hit the turf. Turnover on downs. So Arizona does it again on defense, and they have the football back.
You're going to see they go with the same. Look at Tyreek Glasper with the great move inside. And just hanging around, just finishing plays. Really good job by Glasper. And again, they run the same route, and he's wide open again, but because of that pressure, that inside pressure, the play is null and void. And that's where you got to have a little bit of anticipation on those kind of throws.
So from the 5, they give it to Michael Benson. He'll get down to about the 2-yard line. I know it's a passing league, but if you got Benson, you just give it to him again?
Good. How about you, Wood? What would your play designed for you?
You know, down here, considering it was first down, I'd run the ball again. But we also had the luxury of having Michael Kelly in the backfield. But I'd run it one more time. And then, of course, if we don't get it, let's line up outside. Let's ISO somebody, and let's go man on man, and let's make it happen.
So from the 2, second down upcoming. There it is. Benson, touchdown, Arizona. A 2-play drive. They give it to the big boy, and he takes it in for the go-ahead touchdown.
So to see the misdirection, A.J. Cruz coming around, which holds. A.J. Cruz is going to come around in motion here and hold 2 defenders back here. And look at this great cut by the big man.
So 14-7 game, squeaked in there, and the defense of Arizona, they do it in their opportunity, forcing the turnover on downs, the pressure from Glasper, the incompletion, and then 2 runs from Michael Benson. Rattlers back up 7. For all the latest news, scores, and stats, log on to arenafootball.com. Whether you want to check out special features on the league's brightest stars or watch live games via the ESPN3 video player, arenafootball.com is where it's at. Beautiful Grand Canyon, and there's Michael Benson to go ahead. Touchdown on the last drive, 14-7 Rattlers.
Brandon Tompkins hasn't gotten any attempts.
Yeah.
Probably won't get any on this end. There's an overhang in the stands that if it hits, it's dead.
Here he goes. He played it high off the net, but did not bring it out.
Well, they blew it dead. I don't know why they blew that one dead. It hit up in the slack net. Didn't hit, but there is that back wall that you can hit, but you won't get a shot.
Take a timeout. Come back for the Rattlers up 7. Well, when the game started, the Arizona defense was 4th in the league, said, but they've looked like the top defense so far tonight.
They're top 5 in all the great categories. They've been getting after Tyree Glasper there with the pressure on 4th down. They've leaned on this defense for years. Anytime there's been any turmoil, anything going on, this defense has always had an answer. Coach Guy picks and plugs guys in there, gets new guys in there to get fresh blood in there for competition, but this is a solid core of this team.
So here goes Orlando back to work, and that play is blown dead. And looking for Brandon Tompkins.
And as soon as, you know, they're a little out of whack on that play, last play, you got coverage rolling towards Brandon Tompkins, who's in motion on the short side in this area. Coverage rolled up to him. He should have went to the wide side of the field immediately.
So on 2nd and 10. Pressure over the middle. He just throws it out of harm's way, and Arizona players calling for a flag. Sumter lost his bucket there, and the referees are going to discuss, but there's no flag on the field that I can see from here. Is there, or is there?
In the end zone on, on the tee.
Okay, yep, I see it. Scott Campbell, our referee. The first time we'll hear from him here tonight in Phoenix.
Hold it, number 52, offense. That penalty is declined, 3rd down.
So the penalty on Michael Simons.
He's got his hands full tonight. He's getting a handful of one of the best in the business. This matchup right here inside, you're going to see McLeod as well. Good rip and arm through. There's a hold, and that's in the end zone.
Guys, down here at field level, keeping a close eye on Saya and just the offense, and they're just a little bit out of sync right now. They've got to find somebody who demands the ball. Is going to make a play. Here we go.
They're going for the home run ball. It's going to be a penalty flag on that. How is there not a flag? Unbelievable. They went deep down the middle for Kendall Tompkins on the home run ball. And no flag is thrown. We look back.
Well, what I also feel like as a receiver, you got to stop and make an effort to come back and get it. But I'm taking this right here. I'm going to throw the ball to Larry Brackens, who's going to get me a first down. But you've got to stop your body if you're Kendall Tompkins and let the guy run through you. That's really not pass interference.
Okay.
He didn't make an effort to go to the ball at all.
Wide receiver 101, baby.
Spoken like a true wide receiver you are, Randy. I respect that. Good points by you guys, and they're saying the play clock has run out. So Campbell's going to talk to us again.
Play a game. Offense. Half the distance to the goal. Still 4th down.
And is Rob Keefe asking why there was no flag, or is he barking about something else?
I think he's barking about the play clock.
Yeah, he's upset about the play clock.
All right.
The ball was never set. He didn't think it was ever set.
All right, so it's 4th down again. The ball is on the 3. They need to get 13 yards. Since the touchdown, guys, Morris is 0 of 7. 8 pass since, got a man out there, and he had him. He just overthrew it a little bit past the arms of Tompkins, the intended target.
I tell you, this is a great route. You're going to watch a double corner, post corner. It comes out, but the ball's got to have some air. That's the only way you miss that throw right there, Randy, is if you throw it on a line drive where he can't adjust to it. He's wide open. You got to put some air into that ball.
Absolutely. That ball's got to be thrown within a second or two before that. He obviously knows that Tompkins is going to go to the corner, but he's got to do a better job of putting that ball up there, like you said, with some air, a teardrop just right over his shoulder. Great route, though.
Anticipate.
So for the second straight series, a short field. 2 plays on the last possession. They take 1 here. They go back to Cruz, who had a turnover earlier in the quarter, and the Rattlers cash in. It's 20-7.
This play is made by Kerry Wood right here. You're going to watch Kerry Wood on the edge seal the corner and really do a nice job on Cook right here. Seals it, and it is over. That's a good job blocking for your teammates, just like a true Sparty would, right?
Yeah, and I know how much receivers take pride in blocking.
Right, the good ones
We do.
Yeah, there you go. There's Randy. I knew that was coming, and I'm serious about that. Reed, the former Spartan, with a great block. Cruz into the end zone. Davalos happy his team up by 2 touchdowns. They love the Rattlers here in Arizona, don't they? Well, be sure to check out arenafootball.com for all the latest news and information on the Arena Football League. While you're there, be sure to shop the AFL Team Fan Shop for the latest team gear. Check out arenafootball.com. 21-7, Arizona on top with 6:51 to go in the first half. And said, let's take a look at how the 2 QBs are stacking up tonight. Nick Davila for the Rattlers and Bernard Morris for Orlando.
Well, the problem is Nick's 9 of 12, 80 yards, score 2 scores, and Bernard Morris 7 of 16. Nick's been afforded time in the pocket. Bernard's missed some throws and had some opportunities to make big plays, but has missed them, and he will settle in. This is what he does. He's up and down, but when he gets on, he's on, and he won't lose faith in what he's doing.
This one will be taken off that netting by Tompkins. Little shake and bake, gets free, still on his feet. Good return out to the 15-yard line. So a good job there by the dangerous Brandon Tompkins. And so Rob Keefe sending out Morris, who you mentioned the numbers and don't kill the messenger, and that's why 0 of 8 since the touchdown. So what have you seen since the touchdown that's caused him to go 0 for 8.
Well, to be quite honest with you, I think pressure up front. I mean,
Okay.
Arizona is a physical pass rushing team. They get pressure in the backfield. Pocket closes in. Great catch right there.
There was.
The close there by Jeremy Kellum was fantastic. I mean, he was there in a shot. Bernard needs to not stare down his receivers. He needs to read the coverage and make the throw on time. You can't stare a guy down, especially run across the middle like that.
It's certainly the pressure that's got him a little bit hoppy, though, back there. Those guys have done a great job of putting pressure on him, and that's why he hasn't been able to step up in the pocket and make those strong throws either.
2nd and 1. He had to climb the ladder. You know, Shaq once played in this building, and Tompkins had to go up nearly 7 feet to get that one. A good athletic play by Kendall Tompkins.
I believe he thought he was going to get hit. Here's a nice little PC route. He sits it down in the zone, and the high throw, nobody around, and he kind of loses his balance. Good pocket there. Great job by that offensive line to give him some time to throw. That was one of the rare times we've seen Bernard really use his feet to get back deep in that pocket and get the pass off.
On 1st and 10 now from the 15. Pressure now, fires. Brackens has got it. Using that size, put the arms and the hands up, and he's got the touchdown. His 2nd of the ball game for the Orlando Predators.
Said, talk about the way he threw that football in, kind of moving to his left.
You know, when he slides to his left, the route is open right now. He doesn't like it, but he slides away from pressure and throws it over the top, really off balance. But look how long Larry Bracken's back in the back is running open. He almost allows Marquise Floyd to get back into play, Wood.
He did. He closed on him pretty good. You know, Floyd's one of those guys who's always around the ball. Excellent throw by Bernard Morris and a pretty good-looking drive. Orlando so needed it.
They did, and Morris snapping that 0 for 8 streak, comes back, leads him down. Some big completions, and it's capped off the touchdown pass to Brackens to make it 21-14. Next Saturday at 7 Eastern, Arena football action heads to the Sunshine State. The red-hot Jacksonville Sharks will host the Cleveland Gladiators, only on CBS Sports Network. The 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Said the American Conference standings, that South Division is going to be fun coming down the stretch.
Well, those guys play each other hard. They're true rivals. I mean, there's been chest bumps and pushes before the game. Each one of those games, those guys get after each other.
Here's Cruz, his first opportunity to return one. Cruz breaks free. Swung down on the 23-yard line by Greg Carr. So A.J. Cruz, who has an incredible number on kick return, coming in first in the league, 24.8.
He is just dynamic with the football in his hands, and I know that word gets thrown around a lot, but watching the kid run the ball, it's awesome. He gives you a shot to go the distance. If you look at Nick's numbers, and he's not averaging 300 yards at 295 like he's been, it's because of the return game from the Rattlers.
So here goes Stabile to work. Windsor the catch. He'll get about 7. Inside of 4 minutes to play in the first half. A quick-moving game, guys. It's got Arizona up by 7.
It's a nice sell route with the stop route outside. And you're just going to see if the field corner wants to sit softly off of Windsor. You're going to take it. Good job of being decisive and reading coverage quickly by the Latin laser.
2nd down and 3. Little toss to Michael Benson into the wall. It's going to be a 3rd and a yard coming up. And let's listen in. Part of our access here in the AFL. We listen in on Nick Davila calling the play in the huddle.
Let's go up. Right. Z to bind, 0-1-1. There we go. Ready. 3 step. 1, 2. Right. Z to bind, 0-1-1. On track. Hurry up.
They're going crosses with hitches, little sit-down routes.
He's looking to the far side. It's a 1st down. They make the completion to Rod Windsor. And we're going to try this again to listen in.
Z short, bubble 8-2. Hey, let's go 5-step. Left Z short, bubble 8-2. One more, eh? Go!
2:15 left in this first half to the goal line, and they were looking to cruise there, and Rod Isaac, the flag comes awful late. And you can hear the reaction of Orlando down there and Arizona.
Pass interference, number 24. Defense, half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
I'm not going to touch it. However, if I was playing DB here and the ball, going to watch right here on the post route, and he's going to get there a fraction early. Look how early that ball's out, but right there, he's in a little bit early. Ball needs to be thrown out in front just a little bit more, but Nick, under pressure, has to get it out of his hand. That's a tough call right there. That looks like pretty good coverage, Wood. I don't know. How'd you see it?
Here is Davila now, flings it, and they're going to get across the goal line. There's a flag, so we'll sort that out before we go any further.
Fumbled and hit the sideball. So that's going to be, that's a touchdown.
So that stands. Touchdown was to Sherman Carter, the rookie out of Tennessee State.
Looked like the ball was stripped before he crossed, and then it hit the wall in the end zone.
Scott Campbell again is our referee. And we'll hear from Mr. Campbell with the ruling.
Pass interference, number 15. Offense, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still first down.
So that wipes out everything about the fumble and all that. So the penalty on Kerry Reed.
That works better for Arizona. Kerry's just running around. This is a release to the tight end here. But Kerry's running around, and he just kind of runs right into the defensive back. He's not really blocking. Well, actually, he is blocking, but that's a screen play. That's not pass interference. The ball's thrown behind the line of scrimmage, but the ball was fumbled there. Very fortunate for Arizona. That's a screen play. That was not pass interference on the offense.
So first down and 17 from the 17. Brings up second down as Nick could not get it into the corner there on the near side. A minute left here in the first half. We'll take a break. And a 7-point lead for Arizona. Coming up on the Arena Football Halftime Show, we'll look at Sed's top quarterbacks in the AFL. We'll also have news and notes and our first half highlights and stats. That's all coming up on the Arena Football Halftime Show. We've got 60 seconds left here in the first half and a 7-point lead for Nick Davila and the Rattlers. Second down from the 17. Windsor the catch. There's a flag back at the 17.
I think they wanted a screen play, and it ended up getting mucked up.
Pass interference, number 7. Offense, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still second down.
Penalty on A.J. Cruz there.
Yeah, I think they wanted the screen play, and the ball ended up going downfield, which then is going to make it a legal blocking. But A.J.'s coming down in motion. He's trying to get the white block right there. But right here, he seals, and the ball goes across the line of scrimmage. Once that happens, it's illegal.
Go!
Flag again on the play. Sacked is Davila.
It's going to be offsides on Shaq Williams, and wait for the call. Scott.
Sides, number 42, defense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
So no sack, and said it was
right here.
Williams jumping early.
Well, the good thing he did is he kept playing. He didn't stop, because that's a free play for the offense. What he didn't do is allow his team to get beat by an easy throw and catch for a touchdown on a free play.
So from the 22, it's 2nd and goal. Into the end zone, but Reed could not make the catch. Too much heat and distance on that pass from Nick. So 16 seconds remain now in the half.
That's one of the times where Nick tried to force it in and throw it over the top. He tried to force it in, and my guy down there in the corner who's caught a ton of passes for me couldn't catch one ball down there in the corner tonight. How'd you miss that pass, Wood?
I had a microphone in one hand. I thought the gentleman on the right was going to have a souvenir. So
are those excuses?
Yeah, it was probably more like a lack of concentration, what you used to call it, you know.
Yeah, watch him right back here, and he's trying to get out of the way. Look, oh, hit him in the face.
Wrong shoulder. He couldn't. He had the mic in the right hand. Benson with it now. So final seconds.
He looked like he's been watching some Euro soccer over there with the chest bud. He just knocked it down to himself.
So timeout taken by the Rattlers. Go ahead, Randy.
Again, I thought it was going to come in a little hot. I mean, a little slower, but that thing was coming in hot, too, you know. I certainly didn't judge the speed of it, and it hit me right in the chest, too.
Yeah, but you're probably going to, don't move, Wood, but you're going to have a bruise right in that region.
Might be the first time I've ever seen an analyst telestrate a sideline reporter.
Right here.
That's awesome.
What? Oh!
I got the next one. I'm going to be prepared for the next one, though, all right?
Well, you know the cameras are going to be all over it. It comes your direction, bud.
You got to get the mic drop so you can hear the and then you catch the ball.
Like you're walking off stage, you drop the mic and you go up and catch.
If you notice, it hit in the right. The mic's in my right hand and it hit in the right hand. And I made that. That would have been probably Sports Center top 10 or CBS, you know, top 10.
Now you're going to get not so top 10.
So here we go. What should be the final play of the half. Davila flings it, caught. And Kerry Reed trying to find room to get down the wall. He can't. And stepping up was that Jack linebacker Terrence Moore. And that ends the first half here, said Bonner. A 7-point lead for Arizona. And let's get down to Randy, who's standing by with Rob Keefe.
Coach Keefe, low-scoring first half. Some struggles offensively. What is your message to your team as you go in at halftime?
Well, we got to calm down. Look, I have all the respect in the world for the Arizona Rattlers. We have to make sure that these guys calm down, they relax. We just got punched in the mouth right there. We were able to make up a possession, but they start with the ball first. So we're going to have to find creative ways to get the ball back for our offense. But at the same time, I think we got the speed of the game now. We just started a little too sluggish, but that's why we play 60 minutes.
Adjustments, that's what it's all about. Coming out in the second half, you know Arizona's going to make adjustments. They're probably going to look forward to throwing the ball down the field a little bit more. What is the one thing, what is it an imperative that you do in the second half, though, to help you go on and win this game?
The biggest thing is our wide receivers have to win. They're blanking it all over us. They have to create separation so Bernard can fit the ball in, feel comfortable throwing the ball down the field.
Thanks a lot. Ben?
Thanks, Randy. End of the first half with the score. Arizona 21, Orlando 14. Here in Phoenix, you're watching Arena Football on CBS Sports Network. Back here at US Airways Center, we go through the moving pictures from the first half, and we start with a big-time fourth down stop by Arizona, and then said it was Davila's turn to go to work.
Absolutely, and right back comes Orlando, missing a possession, but right back, and then Tyree Glassman with the pressure, forces an errant throw on fourth down, turns it over on downs again, and Michael Benson, great cutback, able to score. A.J. Cruz on the quick screen. Orlando keeps battling. A really nice throw, moving to his left. Larry Bracken's in for his second score from Bernard Morris. Let's get a look at the numbers. And I think the biggest thing there is the average field start position. You've got Orlando backed up at their own 6. And Arizona has turned on a ton of pressure, get up in their face. Everything else pretty even. First downs, 10 for Arizona, 6 is a big problem for Orlando. They've had some opportunities, but that pressure by that Rattler defense has kept them from moving the sticks.
All right, I'll look back at the opening half of play. Let's get down to the third member of our broadcast team, Randy Gatewood. Randy.
Pretty good first half of football so far. Right now, as you can see, Arizona does have a 1-touchdown lead, but look for Orlando to come out this second half and establish themselves, especially offensively. They played a pretty good game defensively, but I look for them to really get some big plays on offense and see if they can't get this thing going. You know Arizona's going to come out hitting on all cylinders, so they're going to have to match that intensity if they're going to have a chance to win this game.
Very good. Thanks, Randy. And it's great to be with you. Randy Gatewood down on the field. Sid Bonner and the booth with me. My name is Ben Olden, all of our CBS Sports Network crew. Wherever you're watching tonight, thank goodness this game is inside, because I think it's still about 105 out. Record temps here, in all seriousness, the last week or so.
Made the mistake of going out and playing golf yesterday.
It's a dry heat, I'm told.
It's like being in the oven, man. It was ridiculous. Our director was out with me, and he had a rough time. He's from Louisiana and thought it was going to be easy.
Different air.
Different air.
I'm from Michigan, so it was 45 degrees difference. It was 70 back home in Detroit. It was 115 here yesterday. I'll take these trips every week. Love coming to the West and love coming in the warm climate. Love being a part of the AFL broadcast here on CBS Sports Network. So Cruz on the return. Gets him out across the 10. So Nick Davila and the Arizona offense will come on. Said interesting in the sense of the first half, as we saw two really short drives. As you watch Nick and continuing to get into a rhythm since he was out for so long, what are you seeing from him tonight? Anything's catching your eye?
Well, he's just doing what he does. I mean, the guy is a dominant player and really has a grasp for what he's trying to do offensively.
And finds Rod Windsor there. First down catch over the midfield line.
Classic example. You don't have to throw a perfect ball when you trust your guys. And that's what, on the other side, Bernard Morris isn't getting this from his receiver, but watch Rod Windsor reach back and make this catch and help his quarterback out. Bernard's not getting those kind of plays from his guys just yet.
Made it look easy, too.
Right.
I mean, just another day at the office. Reached back like it was nothing. Kind of reminiscent of some people I know who used to play this game.
Gatewood and Bonner, I'm just going to go out on a limb. That's awesome.
Hey, I didn't tell you, I always hit him in stride. I never made him make a tough catch.
Randy,
true.
Is that true?
True indeed. Never made me work that much.
Not true.
I knew there was a little hidden nugget in there. Here's Windsor again with a catch. Makes a move! And he's taken into the wall inside of the 5. But Rod Windsor showcasing his talent.
This is a great route and a great catch. But it's just a quick out route, and Nick taking what the defense gives him. But watch that little subtle move right there. He bursts through, and then right, another good move. It should have been dead there.
Had him by the towel, guys. He broke free as Taylor had his towel. He got away.
That's why you never wear any of that cool stuff. It weighs you down.
That's what we call yak.
Swag.
You know, yak yardage.
Yep, yards after the catch. Here they go. Benson's already toted the rock in once from this neighborhood, but he's not going to do it this time on 1st and goal.
Really good job by Emmanuel Cook. You know, you don't see a little DB running in there, sticking his nose, but he came in off the corner, fought off of the block outside, and is able to crash inside and help make the tackle. You're going to see him out on the edge right here. He's going to appear off the block, stick his nose in there. Now, that's a good job. I'm not doing that. That guy's too big.
27-year-old product of South Carolina. First time he's ever faced this Arizona team in his career. Davila, quick throw, flag on the play. Reed's got it. Kerry Reed found the end zone in the opening quarter, and this one should stand. As Campbell will talk things over with his guys. Am I right in saying it should stand?
It should stand. He was being held.
Should stand. That right there is just pure chemistry between Davila and Reed.
Holding, number 32. Defense. That penalty decline results in the play.
Nick Taylor guilty. They decline it. Touchdown, guys.
A really good call. Just going to beat him right there on the go route. And ball's up in the air while the DB's still holding. Really good job of concentrating, making the catch, fighting through the contact by Kerry Reed.
Good field level look at the point after, 9 feet wide. And Scotcha puts it through. So as Randy said, great chemistry between quarterback and receiver. Davila and Reed connect again. 2-touchdown lead for Arizona.
Welcome back to the Arena Football League on CBS Sports Network. The Arizona Rattlers have a 28-14 lead over the Orlando Predators. I'm here with Nick Davila, the quarterback of the Arizona Rattlers. Could you talk a little bit about the chemistry that you have with this group of wide receivers here?
Yeah, we have great chemistry with Rod and Kerry. They've been doing an outstanding job ever since they played here with the Rattlers. And as you know, when you get a quarterback and receiver on the same page, it's unstoppable.
The last touchdown that Kerry Reed caught, great move on the line of scrimmage. You threw a dart in there versus maybe a touch pass in there. Is that something you guys constantly work on?
I just saw he did a great job of getting a great release and getting vertical, and I just tried to give him the ball as soon as I could before the DB could get back into play.
Great job. Best of luck. Ben?
Thank you, Randy. Thanks to Nick as well. 4 plays, 38 yards, took 247. And the Rattlers back up by 2 touchdowns. Tompkins could not take it. The overhang, as Seth pointed out in the first half, it hit off of that end. And Tompkins, he hasn't really been able to do anything in the kick return game. And he really hasn't made an impact, really, offensively to this point. The numbers on Bernard Morris.
They've missed him a few times deep on some plays and haven't really gone back to it.
So they'll start 1st and 10 from the 5. Orlando's won 4 of its last 5. Arizona's won 5 in a row. 2 hottest teams in the league. Here is Kendall Tompkins, puts his head down. He forced Kellum back about 2 or 3 yards. It's a first down across the 15 with a move the chains.
You see big Hayworth Hicks, number 75, 6'3", 335 pounds, hustling up the sideline and really fighting, trying to give his guy a block to spring him. Tremendous effort.
Good old quick screen said, I used to love that play.
It's a good way to start. Get your quarterback in a rhythm, get a catch.
1st and 10 from the 17, and again they try to connect there with Brandon Tompkins. Just not in sync here, guys.
Well, he needs to set it down a little bit earlier. He goes too far inside and allows the jack to get underneath. That's not on him. That's Brandon's fault. He's not really paying attention to where the jack is. Wells does a nice job of getting under that route, forces the errant throw. Brandon needs to either wrap all the way around the jack, get to the other side of him, or sit down a little bit earlier so the ball can be thrown there.
Go.
On 2nd and 10, little fake, and getting away from the pressure. McAdoo, though, stayed with him. He tracked him down. A great athletic play by a young player they really have a lot of hope for in McAdoo.
First off, you got to stay on your feet, young man. You never leave the ground. He jumps, but then gets up off the ground. And look at this, just pure hustle. Tracks him down and gets the sack. And right here from Bernard Morris, look at this sideline. Take it and run before the defense can get recovered to make a play on it.
6-7 is McAdoo. So now 3rd and 10. Flag flies. Morris fires. Catch made by Brackens. Taken down at the 13, but the flag back at the, caught the 20-yard line will have to be checked.
We're going to get Glasper for a rolling start. Mac linebacker.
Illegal formation, number 94, moving forward at the snap. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, 1st down.
So a big conversion, as you said the penalty, and here's a look from up top.
Right here, he's going to go right through that lane too early as the ball's being snapped. He's already in, and there's a quick move right there. But what did he do? He stopped. Whereas we saw Shaq Williams a few plays earlier, He kept going. You keep going, force the officials to blow it dead so you can be a factor in the play. When you stop, you give him one less guy to block.
1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Over the middle, intercepted in the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. All alone back there was Kellum. There'll be a face mask as well. That is his league-leading 11th pick of the season.
Wow. I mean, it's 1st down play. If you don't like it, throw it away. Misses over the top badly.
Personal foul, face mask, number 52, Orlando. 10 yards added to the end of the run. First down, Arizona.
So the penalty on Simons. There's Kellum now with an interception in 5 straight games. 11 now to lead the league. And a huge turnover for his squad.
Welcome back to the Snake Pit, where the Rattlers create a huge turnover, and this is why. A double move by Larry Brackens goes south in a hurry. He wants the post across the face of the defender, but he stops because of the position by Jeremy Kellum. The ball's thrown, and you see Brackens with his hands up like, what's going on? You've got to protect your quarterback in that situation and cross the face of that defender. Even though you're running into him, cross his face with your big body, you've got to do it. You got to stay on the route.
So Kellum on the left with his 11th pick of the season. Brackens sitting and waiting for his next opportunity. Here's Nick Davila going deep for Windsor. What a throw! What a throw to Windsor! Touchdown, Arizona!
You still want Kellum or you want Windsor?
This is one of the silent killers about Rod Windsor's games is no one thinks he can go. He's just going to run a go route. Gets on the guy's toes, but look at all this space. He leaves his quarterback out there to throw the ball. And Nick drops a dime out there. But for all you young receivers at home, you see the space he created to leave room for that ball to be thrown out there. Great throw and catch, just like that.
And the point after blocked. And still loose down around the 10, now picked up, and Orlando trying to take this thing back, but into the wall goes Emmanuel Cook, but they blew that play dead, so it's not going to count.
Hit the wall a while ago. However, it was highly entertaining.
It was. As was the pitch and catch to that guy, Windsor. He's got a touchdown in 25 straight games now.
When I see that guy, I call him the professional, because that's what I think of his game.
Yep.
He is one serious guy. He understands how to run routes, but just a remarkable job. It's one of the lost arts of running routes, is being able to leave space for your quarterback when you're going up top on the 9 route. Great job right there by Rod Windsor.
Let's get down to Randy, who's got more at field level.
Down there at field level with Rod the God, a.k.a. the professional, as Sad called it. Talk us through that last play.
You know, we came out to play. We got a big stop on defense, and we were going to take a shot. So I was like, Coach, just throw it up. I'm ready.
Teardrop, we called it. Talk also about the chemistry of this team. You, Kerry Reed, what A.J. Cruz has brought to this team.
You know, it's been a chemistry ever since, Nick, me, and Kerry Reed, all of us been here. So we all know the system. We all relate with each other. We all know what we're doing. We all on the same page, so it make everything easy.
Keep doing what you're doing. Ben?
Thank you, Randy. And he's come back after a 133-yard effort and a touchdown last week, and this continues to do it. You said that Nick Davila dropped the dime. I understand the use. That was like a 50-cent piece, wasn't it? I mean, that was a beautiful pass.
But I'm telling you, it's all predicated on your receiver doing what he's supposed to do and not running down the board to where you have no room to throw it. That's a great job of guys understanding how to play football together.
So here goes Tompkins trying to make something happen for this Orlando team, and they have got to get some rhythm in their game going here. Down, granted, a lot of time left, but down by 20, and they've kind of been spinning their wheels here. You've got an opportunity. If you want access to every AFL game at once, well, go to arenafootball.com and click AFL Live for an online broadcast of games around the league via the ESPN3 video player. Or if you're on the go, download the Watch ESPN app to your mobile device and keep up with the AFL action as it happens. Look at McAdoo. Yes. All 6'7" of them. What Kevin Guy said to us this morning, you asked him about him, and he said he's 6'7", but he's around 240. He's kind of one of those tweener guys. What do you do with him?
Well, you let him rush the passer, but you see his athleticism. They think, we're wondering if he's a 3-4 outside linebacker or a rusher. He's too light for that. But you know, the guy has found a place and a home here in Arizona, has contributed. And really, Coach Heward does a great job of getting those guys ready and teaching up the technique.
Here's a ball delivered, perfect strike to Brackens. Brackens with a stiff arm, still moving his feet, gets down to the 20. Ball came loose, and Arizona's got it. And they're on the ball at the 25, the midfield line. A turnover forced by the Rattlers.
And they came into the game plus 18 in the turnover margin. Larry Brackens playing like a grown man, but gives it up on the fumble. Great effort by that Rattler defense. Ben Wells rips it out. Our Keith Brown says, "I will take this, sir. Thank you very much."
34-14. Said it's always one of the 3 or 4 things coaches talk about, the turnover battle. Arizona leads the league this season in that department.
It's ridiculous, but when you've got a veteran group that understands how important that is, you know, they take pride in not giving the ball away and taking it away on the other end.
So they force the fumble. Here's Cruz, makes the catch, and was immediately greeted there. Stepping up to hit him was Nick Taylor.
That's a play where Davila might want to snap the ball a little bit early. They're just running a look route. He gets across the line of scrimmage, but it shows you his toughness. Takes a thump and hangs on to the football.
Yeah, anytime Coach White called that look route, I always made sure Coop was catching that.
Hey, but I snapped the ball early, so that never happened.
True indeed.
False start.
Yep. Movement here.
Never.
And so back the Arizona.
Number 71, offense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Offense back. Darius Morris, the rookie out of Temple, the guilty one there.
That's the other thing. Coach Guy he'll plug guys in. And if you come to this team to play, you're going to get tested. They're going to throw you in the game, and they're going to see what you can do. He's always mixing and matching that thing. But the one thing that stays the same is that core. You got Kerry Reed, Antaj, and guys that have been around together.
They go to Cruz here. Toss out there, and he is knocked and held on to the ball. He fumbled earlier in the game, and if you weren't with us, talked about him earlier in the ball game and let go by his former team and picked up, and it's been a great pickup for them in the special teams and really the all-around game. He pointed out how good he's been playing some defense for him.
Yeah, he played Jack for a long time and made a lot of plays. Forced fumbles, 6 pass breakups.
Raise your hand, let's go.
Fumble recovery, I mean.
Yep. Excuse me, said. He's got an Ivy League education. And to Brown, can't hang on here. Kind of reminds me of George Peros, who went to Princeton, was an NHL fighter. Instead of going out and using the Ivy League education, he followed his dream in sports, and I think it's pretty cool.
It's very cool. Because you know these guys have the ability to go out and get a great job.
Absolutely. So it is a 4th down upcoming here. It's like a long 2 to me. They've got it listed as a yard in the building here, but I'm going to cut it as 2 for sure. So 4th down here. Davila trying to convert. Goes into the corner to Windsor. Taylor was there.
Threw that one a little bit late. He's got to throw it up. That's a good job of coverage. Second 4th down stop for Orlando. We'll see if they can cash this one in for a much-needed touchdown to draw themselves closer.
Great turnout here tonight, U.S. Airways Center, Phoenix, Arizona, with Sed Bonner in the booth, Randy Gatewood, all of our hard-working crew. My name is Ben Holden. Big opportunity here, Sed, for Arizona. They just come over with the stop there, now trailing by 20, trying to get their offense in some kind of rhythm. Morris chucks one deep. Tompkins there, coming over to knock that ball away over the top. A terrific play turned in by Marquise Floyd.
Ball's late. The ball is late. They're going to run a little short roll, but it's going to be a corner post, He needs to take it a little further, and the ball's going up the field. It's got to go outside to that corner. But you see the little short roll, but you got to set your feet and get it out there. Another missed opportunity for an open receiver down the field.
2nd and 10, pressure, gets away. There's a flag down, Simons has it.
Illegal forward pass, there's too many linemen downfield. Simons is over the line of scrimmage.
And the referee Scott Campbell in the white hat. Campbell, pretty good workout plan he's on.
Illegal defense, number 92, drifting. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic, first down.
Okay. Said.
I'm trying to figure out the call. There was a double release by the lineman and the fullback.
Look back.
You're gonna watch the fullback and the lineman are trying to get out upfield. I'm trying to figure out what the call is. Quarterback rolls out of the pocket. That's not a good call.
Okay. It happens. Anthony McLeod, the former Florida State Seminole. So 1st down and 10 from the 22-yard line. 3.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. Arizona up by 20. Morris sidesteps now, flings one deep, and a dangerous throw there. They were right into coverage, and back there was Keith Brown. They looked for Kendall Tompkins.
Well, Michael Simons has got to put his seat down and sit down and make blocks, but you see Larry Bracken's running the dig route. He's double covered. But a wide open flat player, but watch this man right here collapse his pocket. Just put Simons on a bus and walks him back into the quarterback's lap.
2nd and 10 now. Morris fires, wide open. Brackens inside of the 10, still on his feet. And he got down close to the 5. So a big completion there. And a nice job, as Randy said earlier, the yak after the catch.
And this is a nice job. Stands in there and makes a dig route throw. Toughest route to cover. Larry Brackens does a good job running that, making the catch, getting a few extra. Real good throw by Bernard Morris, staring down the dead barrel.
This is where you make your money at, though. Like, they've been down here a couple times. This is where they have to get in the end zone down here, though.
Agreed. Here they go. He's a dual threat guy, and there's the threat. In for the touchdown goes Bernard Morris, and it's 34-20.
You got to stay in your lane if you're the outside edge man. He comes inside, Jack's responsible for the outside edge, but McLeod tries to run back outside instead of staying in his gap. And Bernard does a really nice job of kind of slipping between the two, making that cut to score.
So a much needed answer and a productive drive for the Orlando offense. And Morris gets a seat. Mark Lewis, the 36-year-old who played collegiately at Florida International, just getting that through.
Extra point by Lewis is good.
So it's a 34-21 game with 1:29 left in the 3rd. Orlando started things here with a stop here.
Yeah, the missed throw here, a little bit low. Great coverage by Taylor. Gives the offense a chance, and they come right down the field, and you see the quarterback key, but he splits right there. 2 defenders. McLeod spins out, trying to get outside, and gets in the way of Wells, who's in a position to make a play there.
Well, with 1:29 to go, we keep it here. And Arizona, 9-2 record set, and they've only got those 2 losses, and we're going to look back at what transpired in these games for them.
Well, the 2 missed field goals for a touchdown. Everybody relaxed there. And Gerald Young really had a coming out party. Couldn't get things going. No Rod Windsor, no Kerry Reed in that game. And then the San Jose game. San Jose just came out a little bit tougher, a little more physical in that matchup, and really took it to Arizona. And were able to hold on even after Eric Meyer went out of that game.
Let's see what the Rattlers have done. You used the phrase the snake pit. Here 34-4 in recent years, and only loss. Here's a play that goes into the hands of Kerry Reed as Orlando trying to get it back. So bit of a gambler by Keefe there. Was that the right thing said, in your opinion, at this stage?
You're going to have to find it somewhere. So when do you use it? You know what I mean? And every coach has his opinion on when, but you're going to...
Offsides, number 92, kicking team. That foul being forced half the distance from the dead ball spot. Arizona's ball, first down.
You know, you always have your thought. You're going to have to steal a possession somewhere. You're going to have to get it back. You just got a fourth down stop. If you get that right there, your team's going to go bananas. Yeah. Now you got to bow your neck. If you're the Orlando Predators, you got to bow your neck and turn this into a positive for you. It's tough to score down in the red zone, as Randy talked about earlier. Yeah. But right now, you got to bow your neck and get a stop.
Well, we saw the numbers there, and the game. A lot of the game is about percentages. They were 50% on onside kicks, so that one backfired. Here's Benson, bangs off one would-be tackler and takes it down to about the 3-yard line. We saw him try that onside kick, him being Rob Keefe, and a ton of time. I mean, he's still got an entire quarter left.
He does.
But I like what you said. To your point, you got to take a chance. You got to make a stop. You got to make something happen at some point.
It's not a situation where it was expected. Kevin Guy's going to have his guys, but typically that's not a situation where you're going to expect it.
Right. So 2nd and goal from the 3. They gave him 2 on the last play. Davila threads the needle into the corner. Oh, a beautifully delivered ball. Down low, only where Windsor could get it. And the Rattlers showing their teeth once again.
That's a really good job. Really good job of continuing to work by Rod Windsor, who starts right here. He's going to work inside and all the way back around the stem. But look at this throw, under arrest, pressure coming down on you. Look at Nick Step, slides back away and is able to just punch it in there. Austin Brown just, man, I'm a half second too late. Great throw.
Beautiful throw, and Rattlers get the PAT, and it's back to a 20-point game. So Nick Davila, they call him the Latin Laser. Had one to the other side of the field to Windsor. Another one here to end the 3rd in Phoenix. Some of the sights and sounds so far. Folks in our truck putting that together, and the line score by quarter. A big 3rd quarter for the home squad Arizona Rattlers. They lead by 20, 41-21. 9-2 is Arizona. They won 5 in a row. Orlando 7-5 and 1st in their division by a game, and they've won 4 of their last 5. Here we go with a 4th. Tompkins. Can he break through and make a big play here in this part of the game? He's so talented. He's across midfield, and he did a heck of a job. But I believe that was the kicker that ran him into the wall.
Have you seen the kicker? Have you seen Scotch's arms?
I have not, no.
He's been in the weight room a few times.
Okay.
But look at the quickness, and watch that, just quick moves, subtly. I mean, oh yeah, looks like a tailback, like a Chris Johnson type, just running the ball. I mean, he's great with the ball in his hands. The Rattlers have done a really good job of keeping him in check tonight. So that's really the first play he's made. Oh, the kicker's got a boo-boo.
There's Scotchin. Made the stop. Here's Morris. Now gets free. Flag flies. Kendall Tompkins the catch inside of the 10. And indication, watching the body language on the field, that penalty is going against Orlando.
I'll tell you right now.
Holding. Number 52, offense, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
Simons.
Still 2nd down.
Simons is being taken to the woodshed right here. And Tyree Glasper, there he comes with the jump swim, and he just grabs his jersey. I tell you, this young man's had a great season so far, Tyree Glasper. been outstanding. One of his better seasons.
6 penalties on the visitors from Orlando so far in the ballgame. This ball deflected. McAdoo got in there to apply some pressure on Bernard Morris. And it brings up a 2nd down and 20.
Well, you got to throw it somewhere else. That guy's 6'9". He's 6'7" only, but he gets his hands up, does a nice job.
Wow.
Well, you can't throw through that.
First couple of minutes here in the 4th quarter. 2nd down and 20. Bracken's seen this play before. He gets the 1st down to the 15. Randy, your vantage point on that play.
That's a good old slant, like a delayed slant route that Brackens ran just in. Bimo made a great throw to him also. But if you notice, Orlando's been out of sync offensively. The routes, they don't have a sense of urgency out there. Like, no one really is demanding the football right now. And as a result, Bimo's having to hold the ball a lot longer. And against this Arizona defense, you can't do that.
That goes with what Coach Keefe said, Wood, about our receivers have to win.
3rd down and 9. Morris into the corner. There's a flag. It was thrown in the middle of the end zone. Came out to the 1-yard line there on the right of your screen.
Pass interference, number 11, defense. Half the distance to the goal, automatic, 1st down.
Keith Brown, the guilty party.
Yeah, that's a good call right there on the hold, but then they ran into each other.
So it results in a 1st down. So it's 1st and goal now from the 7. Predators trying to mount a comeback. Here's Morris taken into the wall. McAdoo's been all over him here in the 2nd half.
He's really controlled the line of scrimmage. For a guy only 245, 250 pounds. He controls that long line of scrimmage. I think he's got those long arms. Keeps guys off of him, blockers, and is able to get the edge with his quickness, as he did right there.
6'7", 240, a 24-year-old rookie out of North Carolina. Second and goal from the 7. Into the corner. Bracken's there, and he goes into the wall. As the coverage applied there, they took him right in, and that was Kellum.
Good job of finishing the play by Jeremy Kellum. One thing that Larry didn't do, finish the play. And this ball could be up a little bit higher, but you got to go attack it.
I got a front row seat saying right here where that play took place. Definitely a ball Bracken should have caught.
That is as good as it gets for a broadcaster. You're basically on the field. Part of the great access here in the AFL. Morris now on 3rd and goal. They're going to get him. He flings it. And it's incomplete.
That's too bad. Tyree Glasper can't get the sack. But again, Michael Simons is being taught a lesson. Look at the swim right there.
Oh,
Tyree Glasper is just on it right now. I mean,
he is. You talked to him at the outset of the show.
I mean, I thought he was deserving. I mean, the young man has just played great. He's already thought of as one of the better linebackers in the league, but this year he's taken it to a whole different level.
Further review.
They're challenging the fact that the ball was gone before his knees hit the ground, which it's in question.
So that's going to mean that Scott Campbell, our referee, will come over, and I'm going to say this before he gets in there. After doing some games with you guys last year, I think the NFL and college football should adapt this review system that the AFL uses. I mean that with all sincerity.
It's absolutely awesome to hear what he's thinking and seeing and what he's looking for.
The Arizona coach is challenging that the quarterback's knee was down prior to him throwing the ball.
Listen into the Arena Football call to the booth now.
Okay, it's a pretty good look. If you have a side view, that'd be great. Okay. Can't tell from there. Okay. Knees down right there, and the ball is still in his hands. We're going to reverse the call. Now, if you can give me an angle where I could tell where the ball is going to be placed, and it's going to be 4th down. 11.5-yard line. It's going to be 4th down from the pro hash. Right, pro hash, 11.5-yard line, 4th down. Arizona will not be charged with a timeout. But hey, Ryan, great angles, and appreciate you guys giving me some great views. All right.
That's our referee, Scott Campbell. He's talking to Ryan Galvin, our producer. I mean, that system,
awesome.
It is just absolutely tremendous.
It's called transparency.
It's the way it should be done.
Correct.
It is. It's just tremendous. Here's Campbell.
After review, the quarterback's knee was down prior to the ball coming out of his hand. The quarterback was down at the 11.5-yard line. It's going to be 4th down. Arizona will not be charged with a timeout.
So, of course, you watching already knew, but we paused for Campbell to tell the crowd here, and it was a terrific job by Arizona to challenge that.
Absolutely, and I was the guy feeling sorry for Tyree Glasper for not getting a sack.
Yeah.
But he gets credit for the sack.
He's got 9 now, if my math is correct. The defense has been great. Orlando is 0 of 3 on 4th down. They've got to get a touchdown to convert. Morris throws it into the end zone, incomplete. Arizona comes up with another stop.
Guess who? Tyree Glasper bringing the pain. Not in my house, Bernard Morris.
Beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. Got up to about 112 today here. Nice and cool inside of here. I'd hate to pay the air conditioning bill.
I know it's only a block away, but you guys wanted to walk over
I
here.
walked 2 blocks.
Man.
I did. I walked.
That's what
I didn't put my Oxford and the tie on at that point, but waited till I got in the building. Here's a little dump off to Michael Benson, who's been big in this game tonight. Rumbles his way to the 20-yard line of Orlando.
This is a great job by these 3 guys right here. Watch Brennan Carvalho and the rest of the offensive line get out in front, hustle. Look at Brennan running like he's like 20 years old again. Looking all fresh-legged. Portland State Viking, former Portland State Viking.
That's terrific. 1st and 10. Davila fires into the corner, looking for Windsor. Taylor is on the coverage. So we had the pass that Windsor caught in the far end zone corner on the last scoring series. We had the one over here, the dime you called it. They're both great throws. They're both hard. Do you think one of those 2 was prettier than the other that he's thrown tonight?
Oh, without a doubt.
I like the fade better myself. The fade was on the money, Wood.
Absolutely. The fade was beautiful. Definitely the best pass of the night.
Okay.
Oh, stutter and go.
Flag flies, incomplete. Davila down to the seat of his pants. We'll get the word from Campbell, unless you guys can jump in and tell me what it's going to be before he does.
Illegal defense, number 92, Mack outside rush. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic 1st down.
We're going to get Calvin Fance with an outside rush. And what he does here, he's going to go outside because his DN is going to take an inside charge, and you can't do that. You've got to hold yourself up. You cannot go outside of the defensive end. And right there, that made it illegal when he went outside there. Really good call.
1st and 10 from the 15. Windsor the catch. He'll get about 4. Clock continues to move. Coming up on 8 minutes to play. It's a 20-point lead. Is there a point said when the clock begins to be a fact? Is it now?
Yeah, because you struggled offensively if you're Orlando. So yes, the clock is a factor. They got to have somebody make a play. Somebody's got to get outside the box and make a play here to get some momentum for them.
Davila fires into the end zone, looking for Windsor again.
That was a really good chance right there. I know you're down on field level, Wood, but the backside corner, Rod Isaac, looked like he had a chance to fall off of that a little bit earlier and make a play for him.
He did. Nick, the good thing is, too, is Nick never saw him. He did a really good job of disguising it and coming off late. I actually thought he was going to make that interception. You know, playing on the backside, of course, said I had a chance to be back there. And when the quarterback is not looking, that's how you have to do it. You have to press that guy, make him think it's man, and at the last minute tail off. Great defensive play.
Davila drops back and looks for Kerry Reed. The ball down below him, way behind him. So
that's one of the few times that Nick allowed his body to force an incompletion. Didn't get his hips all the way open, wasn't able to get that front foot pointed out to the target, and threw it short and behind, thus the incompletion.
Arizona has the luxury, though, of down here inside the red zone of having all this talent at wide receiver to where these guys want the ball. They look for these situations. So Rod Windsor, of course, has been great in red zone situations, so look to see what he does here.
56.5% on fourth down is Arizona. Tonight, though, they're going to be 0 for 3 after this failure to convert. 6:32 remaining in the fourth quarter. So Rob Keefe doing a little cheerleading on his sideline. His team down 20, but they're going to come back, see if they can chip away at that after this. Let's go back into the time machine. Arena Bowl 8, September 2 of 1994. The lefty slinging the touchdown pass. Some guy named Seth Bonner. Look at that guy. Nicely done.
Where's the guy crying? That's crying. Why's that guy crying?
Unfortunately, I wasn't on the other end of that touchdown.
You didn't know this was coming, so we wanted to give you a little welcome home tonight.
Well, I appreciate it. But man, I had hair. Where'd that go? Good Lord.
These things happen as we get older. I know it's a great feeling for you to be back in here, and this Arizona team has done a lot to give back to you, as you gave so much, as both you and Randy did in your playing careers here. So a fun little trip down memory lane. I had nothing to do with that. Here's a pass over the middle. It is caught by Tompkins. Tompkins still on his feet inside of the 10. So Brandon Tompkins, Mr. Excitement, comes up with a big play there for the Predators.
We're going to run a dead set pull route right inside. Great route. You see how long he held? He holds his stem looking straight upfield. Perfectly thrown ball, so he's able to catch and move.
I don't know what happened to him.
And again, just a big play for Orlando, who just will not go quietly into the night.
So first down and goal from the 9. Here's Morris, floats one up there and had to play defense, did Carr.
That's a miscommunication. You got Larry Brackens and Carr in the same spot. There's got to be some confusion there. I think Carr gets pressed on the backside, but you're going to watch Larry Brackens coming into your picture, and that might have been a touchdown if Carr is on a sit-down route, which it looks like he's supposed to be right over here on the wall.
Keith Brown on the coverage. Second and goal from the 9. Brackens near side, breaks a tackle, then gets slung into the wall in there. And I believe that was McAdoo, it was. So he continues to make plays.
He is so long and athletic. He can run. I mean, it looks like he could take 2 steps and be sideline to sideline. That's how long this kid is.
Great genes, of course, in his family, related to Bob McAdoo, the former NBA player. So big play here, 3rd and goal from the 3. They're going to give it off to Tompkins, and he's going to chuck it. What a play! Oh, what a beautiful play. Brandon Tompkins took it on a little toss, and then he threw one into the corner to Carr, and it's a touchdown, Orlando.
Kevin should have known that was coming, because Cy Burley's done that for him.
That's nice.
But you're going to see the fly sweep, get everything coming downhill at you. Or Keith Brown, a little too aggressive, and you can't blame him. You can't blame him.
So there is Brandon Tompkins, product of Arkansas State. Takes it and then throws it to the former Florida Stater, Greg Carr. down to a 2-touchdown game again. National Conference standings, Arizona trying to make it 6 straight wins and go to 10-2 on the season. Meanwhile, huge game for Orlando too, of course, said in that South Division. It's a logjam.
Yeah, it is big-time logjam. They need to win, keep pace, and keep their good standing. For Arizona, you just don't want to fall too many games behind San Jose. Arizona gets this win. They want to look forward and continue to play well until they meet up with San Jose in July.
You would expect the onside coming here. There it is. Ball takes a bounce. And falling on it, the sure-handed Kerry Reed there to get it at the 17-yard line. Took a good bounce, but it ended up being a bad bounce if you're Orlando.
This is a really good kick. Just like a little push and then a nice hop right there through Arkeith Brown. But Orlando couldn't get anybody through that first wave, which is a good job by Arizona to block and make sure they didn't allow anybody to run through.
Rob Keefe always full of energy, coaching his guys up. Here's a toss out there to Cruz.
The reason for that onside there is you want to force Arizona to use as little time as possible if they're going to score. You did turn them away, but they had a lengthy drive which ate up a lot of that quarter on that drive before you did turn them away. You want to get them in the red zone so they can, if they're going to score, it's going to be quick. If not, you turn them away and have a chance to put points up quick.
3:20 left in the ball game. Davila fires, caught at the 5 by Windsor. And the tackle made on the spot by Emmanuel Cook. 8-yard pickup, first down for the Rattlers.
But I don't think it's the time to start bringing up your timeouts. You want to get inside that 2-minute, start using them. But you got to get somebody from your defense to make a play.
Go! Set!
First and goal from the 5. Here's Cruz reversing direction to the goal line. And touchdown! Delayed call, but they signal it a touchdown. And Arizona with 2:32 to go gets a big score from A.J. Cruz.
This A.J. Cruz is electric.
He is
electric. The more I see him, the more I watch him. The guy is very, very impressive.
Keefe's going to challenge this.
And I got to tell you, Randy, that play right there was about a physical run at the goal line for a little guy. I mean, that reminded me of your boy 1-4 trying to run through guys.
Here's Scott Campbell. He's going to give us. Well, he's going to go back over and talk to Rob Keefe now. No, he's not. No, he's going to tell us what happened. I'll just stop talking.
So the play is a touchdown. After the play is over, personal foul, number 26, defense. That penalty will be enforced after the review. Orlando is challenging that the ball came loose prior to the runner crossing the goal line. Previous play is under further review.
So there's the words.
This is a bad review for the simple fact that he's the one who picked it up. AJ Cruz is the one that picked the ball back up. So
So Scott Campbell will make his way back over to the review area, put on the headset, talk with our truck, and we'll listen in to this.
Gentlemen, can you hear me? Okay, the ruling on the field is a touchdown. Orlando is challenging that the ball came loose prior to the ball breaking the plane. Let's cue it up and see what we got. All right, let's see if that knee might be down. Okay, give me that first shot again.
He got another shot with 60 knee versus the ball right there.
Can you roll that back? Roll it back.
Right there.
Looks like he's short, Merle. Looks like he's short of the goal line. But I can't tell because I can't see down the line. You don't have a shot. You don't have a shot down the line. Okay, so we're gonna have to stick with the ruling on the field. Then next that ball. Go ahead. Yeah, the knee's down, but I can't tell if that ball's crossing the goal line because we don't have a shot down the goal line. So we're gonna have to stick with the ruling on the field. One more shot down the side, the best you can do for me. we can't tell. All right, thank you guys. Hey, great job tonight, and we're going to stick with the ruling on the field of a touchdown. Thanks a lot.
It's our call to the booth. That's referee Scott Campbell talking with our truck. So we know what he's going to say. We all watching on television. The folks in the arena, of course, do not. And Campbell's going to tell close to 12,000 fans and the teams what the ruling is.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
So Keefe loses a timeout by challenging and losing.
I thought they were challenging the fumble, not the touchdown, not whether it was touchdown or not. And he recovered the fumble. That's why I was kind of shocked that they were challenging it.
There's the young man that took it in, the talented, multi-talented player, A.J. Cruz.
The more you watch him, the more you like fall
He's
in
got
love with
guts.
watching him. I mean, he's a good player. He's physical. Had a mistake early in the game,
Yep.
but
Fumble.
has fought back and continued to play. I tell you, when you've got a guy like this on your roster, you can give spells to people like Kerry Wood. You can not allow him or not make him play defense and rest him up so he's fresh for that stretch run. Great addition for the Rattlers.
Yeah, it's been a really exciting season for him and huge help to this already strong Arizona team. And 48-28 is the score. And Arizona's defense in the second half, said Bonner, has been really good.
They've dominated. Jeremy Kellum, all the guys we've talked about have made plays. Ben Wells, our Keith Brown stripping. Marquise Floyd getting into the act, finishing the play. And Tyree Glassberg, who has really put on a clinic on how to play the plugger MAC linebacker position.
So Kevin Guy, who came into this game with a 4-3 record against Orlando. He came in 2 wins from 100 in his career. That includes the playoffs. 7th season as their head coach. And the first coach in the history of this league to reach the title game in 4 straight years.
It's been a remarkable run.
Great staff, too. We got to give them props as well.
Connie Kauai, who's O-line coach when I was here, great job. Dave Heward, who was the head coach in Tampa. So not only does he have guys that understand the positions that they're working with, I mean, these guys are head coach type guys. They understand the game and understand what it takes.
So here goes the ball off the netting. And then Tompkins buried under, didn't even get to the 5. Oh, Bob McAdoo was going to be proud of his relative today. His nephew has been great all game.
But look at the speed that he runs down with. He's beating receivers down the field. I mean, wow.
That's awesome. Terrific. Long athletic body.
Seems like each week he gets a little bit better in understanding the lanes and the angles. And
so pinned inside of the 5 is the Orlando offense, trailing by 20 here with not a whole lot of time left. 2 minutes to go. And taking that into the wall was Brandon Tompkins. Do want to remind you real quick, at 11 Eastern on ESPN2, the Philadelphia Soul take on the Red Hot LA Kiss in Anaheim. Then tomorrow at 10, Spokane will take on Portland. It's tuning in tomorrow or tonight at 11 and tomorrow at 10 Eastern on ESPN2. You're on your way to Portland tonight or tomorrow?
First thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning. Pass to Brackens. Could not come up with a catch.
Look at the body language.
Yeah.
Kind of walking back, not really hustling. You got to have a sense of urgency. You want to get at least one more playoff before the 1 minute. Had they all been hustling, they could have got 2. Wood?
Yeah, I'd like to make a comment on that, man. Like you said, the body language, the way things have went tonight, this Arizona defense takes so much out of you, and it puts so put so much pressure on you, so much pressure on you. So as a result, they don't quite understand. They don't know for sure what's going on. Back to you, Ben.
Quick timeout, 1 minute warning in this ball game in Phoenix. $20-point game, there's a minute left. A very simple question to both Randy Gatewood on the field and Sed Bonner in the booth. Can you score 20 in a minute, Randy?
I've seen it done. It can be done. Tonight, unfortunately, Arizona has been a little too strong. I don't think Orlando's going to get it done tonight.
Sed?
Agreed. Concur. I concur.
Here goes Morris to work, and yeah, that's not going to help the cause. Incomplete to Brackens.
Just step back through the football and make the catch. Randy, you're down there. Step back through and make the catch. It's low, yes. Make the catch. Help your quarterback out.
Absolutely. The energy, everything, the flow, everything that Orlando had going early in the game, Arizona came out, knocked them in the face, completely has taken it out of them tonight. The body language of the receivers, the linemen, everything. This defensive pressure and everything that they do to you is just taking everything Orlando's got.
Fourth down. Arizona fans, they love this franchise making noise. Morris under pressure. He goes down. Guess who got in to get him? McAdoo.
Just like we said earlier, it's Arizona defense.
I'm going to give this a group sack because there's pressure up the middle, but we're going to go edge here with McAdoo and push by Antosh Hawthorne. And there's really nowhere for Bernard Morris to go.
This group of guys defensively, especially up front, they mesh so well together and they buy into the system that KG has in place. And as a result, they just put so much pressure on you up front. Like you said, he had nowhere to go with the football. He had to take a sack.
Well, I don't know if you ever have to take a sack.
Well,
especially on fourth down. However.
True. But when you're backpedaling, you know, like that, you really had nowhere else to go with it.
2 sacks for Mike McAdoo. They give to Michael Benson here. Benson's had a productive night. Rob Keefe's guys.
Good hustle there by Austin Brown, guy that's had a really good year. Continuing to play hard and continuing to play with some fight, which is what you want to see from your guys, especially if you think you got a team that can make a championship run. You got to see guys fighting until the end.
These guys on the sideline over here said defensively, I kid you not, I think these guys can play another 2 quarters. Like as fired up as they are over here in the conversation they having over here, like these guys are on them. They're playing at such a high level right now. As I look into this group, you got a camera over there, but these guys are ready. They could probably play another 2 quarters and be just as intense as they are right now.
What's crazy is you look at that, nobody's sitting down. They're all standing up like chomping at the bit.
That's a good point. Here's Benson. And they haven't signaled yet.
They're hoping that they score so they can go back in the game.
They're in rhythm, man. They're oiled up. They're like, come on, we want another shot.
When have you seen a bunch of defensive linemen and guys just standing around waiting to get back on the field?
Absolutely.
Here's Benson's last effort.
It's been a quiet night for Jeremy Geathers, who's another one of those edge rush guys that can get to the quarterback. But when you're going up against a guy that understands coverage and knows how to get the ball in his hands, you get no shots really at sacks.
So 36 seconds remaining. Orlando out of timeouts. They're going to give it to Cruz. Doesn't get there, lose some yardage.
Good job by Terrence Moore from his jack position.
We were told that Keefe's out of timeouts. So referees, yep, he lost the challenge. So that clock should just run out.
Therefore, the clock's off in the final minute of the half.
This almost 2 mental mistakes, and it shows you where Rob Keefe is right now. That's usually something that he doesn't do. He's usually aware of what's going on, but his emotions.
2 seconds on the game clock. 4th down.
His emotions are running high right now, so he's a little bit out of sorts. Doesn't happen with this young man very often. He's got a good understanding for what he's doing, but he called a timeout on a play where the offense did not gain positive yards. You don't need to do it. He didn't have one left. He had forgotten he'd used one on a challenge that he'd lost.
"32 seconds remain. Davila is going to throw one. Cruz made the catch. Oh, he threaded the needle in there. And Rob Keefe, out of your picture, is walking over to Kevin Guy. As soon as Davila threw that, I was watching him, and he made a beeline to Guy. He is clearly ticked.
Well, they catch Emmanuel Cook looking inside to try to help, and A.J. Cruz sneaks around the edge to get there. But, you know, my opinion on this whole thing, and Randy, I don't know if you have a thought on it, but my opinion, you don't want guys to score on you, stop them. Yeah. It's your job to stop them. It's, you know, it's all you can have class and do all that stuff, but stop them if you don't want them to score on you.
I like to think we were one of the most passiest teams in the league, and I can honestly say we ran the score up on some guys, but we did it simply of trying to execute our offense. That's all they're doing down here. It's 4th down. They're executing their offense, and like you said, if you don't want them to score, do something about it to stop it. Unfortunately, I don't think Rob liked it very much, but those two in the middle of the field, you know, KG ain't going to back away from anyone either, so this saga, we'll see what happens as it develops during the week.
Yeah, I mean, it's 4th down. What else do you want? You want them to kick a field goal? They're not kicking field goals here anymore.
No.
That stopped early on in the season when they missed like 4 or 5 and had 2 of them returned for touchdowns. Yeah. They might not kick another field goal here ever.
Even if my field goal kicker is kicked, if he's 100%, I'm not kicking a field goal. I'm executing my offense. If you don't like it, unfortunately, that's just the name of the game. It's football.
So Arizona will kick it away with 28 seconds to play in the game. Outcome is not in doubt now, just what the final numbers will be. Right now, it's 55-28. Arizona set to kick it away.
You're Rob Keefe. You're looking right now to see who's competing, who's going to finish.
Tompkins off the net. Brandon Tompkins hits it out near the 15-yard line, just shy of it. So with 24 seconds left, the Orlando offense comes back on for one final opportunity to try and score. Ball will be at the 14-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10.
It's kind of an eye-opener for Orlando.
Yeah.
You know, you're playing well, you win 4 out of 5. You come in here, I mean, this team isn't the 3-time defending champs for no reason. And you got to be on your A game if you want to have any kind of shot to win in this building or beat this team at all.
Well, the Rattlers on the verge of going 35-4 at home since 2012. Pass is caught by Brandon Tompkins. Good job by him. Gets free, gets inside the 5, goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Orlando.
And that's going to upset Coach Guy.
Yeah.
But a tremendous effort.
Oh, yeah. Without
tremendous effort by Brandon Tompkins.
There's Kevin Guy there.
He just runs the gin route from the backside. Comes in, middle of field, ball's behind, and he makes a great catch right there. And watch the catch. Ball's behind, he makes a catch. And watch his step through. Oh, quick feet. And then the cut back.
I can't let y'all down like that.
I mean, his footwork is tremendous.
Well,
haven't seen enough of that tonight.
55-35 with 15 seconds left, and broke that tackle at the end, getting his way across the line.
The great move was this one coming up as he's running and he splits these 2 defenders right there. Yeah. I mean, that's just a tremendous job of having good quick feet. Being able to move.
A couple of missed tackles for the Arizona defense, and So Rob Keefe's guys 50% entering the ball game on the onside kick. Why not try it, I suppose, right? You don't ever want to.
Yeah, you don't concede.
Right, you don't ever concede. That's what I was going to say. Yep. So a 20-point game. Arizona just trying to get it and run the clock out. Rattlers on the verge of winning their 6th in a row and moving to 10-2. They've already clinched their division. Orlando came in winners of 4 or 5 and had a record of 7-5. Big victory last week, but going to be unable to use a golf term validate here this week. On the ground, Reed had
that one.
Yeah.
Calvin Fantz had that in his hands.
Yep.
But didn't get down on the ground. You see him pound the ground. He had that.
Glasper recovered it. And then the ball into the arms of a young fan here watching the ball game tonight. It's made his night. Front row. 13 seconds remain. This one will be a final. And Arizona will extend its league best win streak to 6 games. It'll be their 10th win of the season. And a stoppage. It's Rob Keefe. Trying to substitute is Orlando. They're gonna, or do they not have enough on the field? It's Moore that came trotting onto the field. They didn't have enough players on the field. Here is Michael Benson.
Michael Benson carries.
Last snap of the ball game. And the Arizona Rattlers win this one by 20. Kevin Guy, Rob Keefe. A lot of battles they've had. Won't be the last one they've had. 2 outstanding coaches, but tonight said Kevin Guy's team, the stronger of the 2. They flex their muscle, and the winning coach standing by with Randy down in the field. Randy.
Here with Coach Guy. Great game tonight. Got the victory and all. Talk a little about the exchange between you and Coach Keefe late in the 4th quarter here.
He just pretty much told me I was the greatest father in the world and wished me happy Father's Day.
I appreciate that. Talk a little bit also about the performance of your team tonight, the way you guys were able to overcome a little struggles earlier and pretty much dominate this Orlando team tonight.
Well, you know, I thought our defense played outstanding up until that last play. They were out of timeouts. All we had to do was tackle them, and the game was over. But defense played outstanding tonight. Offensively, we got stopped a little more than we wanted to, but it was a great team effort tonight. I thought we executed it in all 3 phases.
Talk a little bit about A.J. Cruz also, what he's brought to this team also.
Well, he's a weapon in a lot of different ways, you know, so we find a way to get him involved, and he can run the ball, he can catch the ball, so he's done a great job for us. He's going to be a great player, and he'll be a Rattler for a while.
Thanks a lot, buddy. Ben?
Thank you, Randy. Kevin Guy as well. We'll take a timeout here from Phoenix. Big win for the Rattlers on their home field. Final thought and a wrap here from Arizona right after this.